Morning at NTV.
All right, welcome back and many thanks for staying with us right here on Morning at NTV. The 23rd of March is also World Optometry Day, where we get to shine or highlight the good work being executed by the optometrists and also opticians of the world, and the importance of significance of taking care of your beautiful eyes. Out of the 7.9 billion people in this world, 36 million are grappling with blindness. 4 out of 5 of these individuals are grappling with blindness from preventable conditions that could have been treated to avoid blindness. So what is the significance of World Optometry Day? We do have Marcy Indinho from La Paire Glasses, and she's going to be telling us some good information as to how we can actually prevent these conditions from actually culminating into something worse. Very good morning, Marcy Indinho. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well.
So you work for La Paire Glasses.
Yes.
What do you do at La Paire?
I work for La Paire Glasses. It's a Pan-African eyewear brand.
Pan-African?
Eyewear brand.
All right.
Yeah, it deals in, the aim of La Paire is to create awareness and provide eye care services at a very affordable price. You realize that many of the people are not aware of the problems they have. They're not aware of the issues they are going through. That's why La Paire came up to create awareness and also ensure that all these people get information, get whatever is affecting them is managed at a very affordable price. Yeah.
What is the situational analysis right here in Uganda? How are we doing in terms of blindness? Because we're talking about 36 million out of the 7.9 billion people suffering from blindness, preventable conditions that could have been treated at an early diagnostic stage. Here in Uganda, what is the situation? What is the status quo?
Okay, in Uganda, about 0.1% are blind.
All right.
In both eyes. And this is really not a good thing because, and most of the conditions that are causing this can be prevented, like cataracts and also refractive errors, because a large percentage has moderate to severe visual impairment that is caused by refractive errors. So it's important that that is also worked on. And most of these people also don't know the conditions they are having. And the important thing about today is to ensure that everyone is aware. We create awareness about optometry. We need Ugandans to encourage their children to take this course. Indeed. And also ensure that many people who have visual impairment are catered for. And now that will only happen if we have more optometrist training. Indeed. And that will also ensure that the numbers that are increasing are able to be managed.
How are we doing in terms of severity within the East African region? Are we doing better or worse than our neighbors?
Actually, we're doing bad. Wow. Because, yeah, many visual impairments are
What are the
increasing.
contributing factors then?
Most of these things are caused by genetics. Some of them are caused by the environmental factors, infections, injuries, and all that to the eye. So, and you know, in Africa, most people want to go to the clinic only when the condition is really severe. Indeed. Yeah, and that makes managing it a bit hard.
Well, how is Uganda celebrating this day, and why should we as Ugandans even add our voices to this?
Now, like I had mentioned, it's important to Ugandans because the number of optometrists in Uganda is really low.
I see.
The first graduates were in the first locally trained optometrists graduated in 2019. So the number is really low. And compared to the number of people who are having issues with their vision. So
diagnosis becomes hard.
Okay, like one person dealing with millions, you get. So the ratio is really like one person dealing with thousands, you get. So it
what are the
hard.
UN recommendations?
One person is supposed to attend to a number that is manageable in a month.
Around?
I'm not so sure about the numbers, but you can't deal with that million people, you get.
As one person.
Because, yeah, only in Uganda, about 0.2 optometrists to millions. So it's important to us because we need to create awareness. This optometry needs to be known and more so that we get more optometrist training and be able to manage all these conditions.
And you're saying all these conditions are pretty much preventable?
Yeah, most of these conditions are preventable because once you, like for example, cataracts, they or surgeries can be
What causes
done.
cataracts?
Cataracts can be caused by so many things. Number one, aging.
All right.
It's majorly that, and
I was thought when you hit 30, you can end up with cataracts.
not really.
When I
but
hit 30, I started having eyesight problems. I should be getting some glasses in the near future.
Are you sure?
Go ahead, Marcy.
Okay, so cataracts can be caused by age, can be caused by injury to the eye. UV radiations can also cause cataracts. That's why it's important to also have sunglasses.
How do you know it is cataracts? Blurry vision?
Yeah, you know that it's cataract when you have blurry vision, you're having problem with at night, you can't see well, you're having color vision, you have double vision and all that, and also it will be identified with a white like reflection from your eye, so it will be like a white patch in the eye.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, so these can be prevented. Like I had mentioned, cataract is the leading cause of blindness,
Especially here in Uganda.
yeah, in Africa, we can say. Yeah, okay, then refractive errors come second. Now, most people have these errors, but they don't know.
How do I know?
You know that you have refractive errors if you are having blurry vision. It can be at distance. That is now what we call short-sightedness. You have blurry vision at distance. At near, you can see well. The long-sightedness...
That is me. Go ahead.
Yeah, long-sightedness, you have blurry vision at near, but at distance you can see well.
Yes.
Then we have astigmatism, which is also blurry vision. It can be near or far, but it's caused by the irregularity of the cornea.
All right.
Yeah, then we have presbyopia. Now, we are all going there if we get to 40. So,
you don't say. All of us.
Yeah, when you get to 40, it starts. It's caused by age, where you find people reading material far to be able to read. Yeah.
Others closer.
No, if you push it so close, you push it close, it means you're short-sighted. You need to see things so close. Yeah. Yeah. But at 40 and more, start pushing it far. It means like, yeah, your age is.
What ought the citizens of this country be doing to ensure that we prevent all these conditions from culminating?
Okay, so there are so many ways you can do this. Number one is ensure that your diet is, you're having a balanced diet, rich in fruits and vegetables. Like, you know, they have vitamins that help enhance the cells behind the eye, makes them more active.
Carrots?
And yeah, carrots. But now you see, like, people think you eating carrots correct their errors. Okay, it cannot correct your refractive error, but it can help the cells behind the eye to be more active so that you can see well. Now, also eating well also helps you maintain a normal weight, which also prevents obesity and diabetes. Like, you know, diabetes can also cause issues with the eyes.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's important that that is also maintained.
You mean those who are obese are actually prone to actually getting cataracts and many of these eyesight problems?
Yeah, sure.
Those are almost 800 million people in the world who are obese.
That's why it's important for that to be done. Wow. Eating a healthy diet, also exercising. The more you exercise, like, it makes your blood flow well and also the cells to be more active. So it helps the eye as well. Okay, quitting smoking or avoid smoking. So it's also important because smoking, yeah, it contributes a lot to eye issues. It can cause dry eyes. It can also cause cataracts at the end. Yeah. Another thing is you need to have regular breaks when you're working on computers. It's not that it causes permanent damage when you're working on the computer, but it's important to have regular breaks because it gives you strains. So that also maintains your eyes to be much comfortable and clear.
We thought that was a myth and misconception that if you sit too much on TV, you're going to end up with eyesight problems. Is it a myth? Is it true?
Okay.
Sitting too much on TV.
It is a myth, but it has also, there is what we call computer vision syndrome. That is a combination of so many symptoms that come with too much work on the devices. It can be TV, computer, your phone, but it doesn't mean that it causes permanent damage. Yeah.
Go ahead, go ahead.
It doesn't cause permanent damage, but it makes you uncomfortable, gives you strains while working, can give you headache. So that's why we say you need to do regular breaks. After every 20 minutes of working on the screen, look at a distance of 20 meters for about 20 seconds. Then you continue with your work. Yeah, it's really important.
Does the weather also play a part in actually exacerbating this problem? If you are in drought-like conditions, too much dust and so forth, if you are in, you know, flooding areas, waterborne diseases and so forth, talk to me about that, the weather, climate change.
So that also affects so many people because many people are prone to allergies when it comes to dry weather, dust and all that. So, and also remember that when it is so, you are in a very dry area, hot area, you're also prone to getting pterygiums. So those are the growths that come on the eye. And that can be irritated, getting your eyes red every time and painful. So that change also affects the eye. So it's important that now in that case you wear sunglasses that protect you from UV radiations and make you more comfortable. Okay, when it comes to cold, people also are sensitive to cold weather. Their eyes become itchy, irritated, teary.
That's me all day.
Yeah. So yeah, it's important that when those symptoms are severe, you can get eye drops to help you. But some can be also prevented by just having something to protect your eyes from so much wind. You get, some people are using maybe border riders. Now they need just glasses to just prevent them from too much exposure. Yeah, it doesn't mean that glasses are going to treat or stop the allergies, but they just regulate the exposure to such conditions.
Of course, you did mention the glasses as some of the gadgets or tools people are using to actually improve eyesight and so forth. But then there's also the issue of the eye drops. You do have some people who are saying overuse or continued use of eye drops can actually lead to blindness. How true or false is this? Is it a myth?
Actually, it's
overusage of the eye drops.
You're only supposed to use eye drops that are prescribed by a specialist, because most people, when they have conditions, any issue with their eyes, they go to the pharmacy to get drops. This is not right, because you don't know whether you have any other systemic condition that can be even made worse by those drugs. And also drops can also, if you taken in large amount, they can also lower your immune system, especially steroids. So it's wrong for people to take those drugs like continuously without being monitored. Yeah. So most people even think that using drops will help them see better when they even have refractive errors. That's not true. If you have any refractive error, only glasses or contact lenses can help, but you cannot use the eye drops to treat that. Yeah.
What about the glasses themselves? We're also getting word that if you use the wrong lenses, or if you are given the wrong lenses, you might also suffer some kind of blindness in that regard.
That is true. Okay, you are
meaning you can't just go and wear any glasses.
You're not supposed to do that, because you're going to wear a prescription that is not supposed to be yours. And at the end of the day, it strains your eyes, gives you headache, and makes you uncomfortable. So most times you realize that people who use a different prescription, even when they didn't need that high prescription, they end up getting adapted to a high prescription. And that makes things worse, because it's really important that you are tested first. So getting glasses on the streets and just wearing them because you're feeling like you're seeing better is not right. So you need to be tested first, your error established, and then we can correct that with the correct lenses you need. Going on and wearing a wrong prescription makes things worse, and it can make you adapt it to a higher prescription than what you need.
There are some people who are grappling with conditions like people who are cross-eyed. Can that be rectified?
Now that depends with when it started, because like when it starts suddenly. It's important to get immediate help.
What causes it, by the way?
It could be a tumor.
Right.
It could be muscles not working well in coordination. It could be a refractive error as well. So it's important that when it happens like immediately, you've not been having it and it just happens suddenly, it's an emergency. You need to be tested, and it can be corrected if it is something that is able to be managed in good time. but sometimes children are born with it, so that can also be managed by patching and all. It can improve vision, and vision goes back to normal. Yeah.
And of course, it costs a lot for people to purchase many of these tools and gadgets that they need to actually improve their eyesight. Is it one of the challenges you've registered right here in Uganda as one of the impeding blocks, stopping people from seeking eyesight help from the optometrist in that regard? The fact that it's too expensive to even buy a pair of glasses, some of which are going for 400, 700, 800 to buy a pair of glasses. Are those some of the impeding blocks stopping Ugandans for going for early diagnosis?
And that's why Lapea Glasses is here.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lapea Glasses is here to ensure that, okay, of course, eye services are expensive. Seeing an optometrist costs you some good money. Yeah, and that's why we're offering free eye examinations.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and then also getting glasses is also expensive because you're going to be charged a frame at a very high price, then the lenses as well. So this makes people scared. They are like, okay, I can just do with this, I can survive, you get, and at the end of the day, the vision becomes even worse. So that is preventing so many people from getting examined, and that also increases the number of blind people or people who are visually impaired in Uganda.
Indeed.
Yeah, so it is a big issue in Uganda, and it's really important that people get this awareness. People get to know that you can still get your eyes corrected, you can still improve your vision without necessarily robbing a bank. Yeah, so it's important that they hear this and they come for free eye tests.
At Lapea Glasses, and of course, those are the challenges affecting the patients. But then there are also hurdles affecting the people giving us this service, the optometrists and also the opticians. What are some of those impeding or challenges that they go through on a daily basis as they actually front this service to the people? What are some of the challenges affecting optometrists and also the opticians in that regard? We can kick off by explaining to the viewer the difference between an optometrist and an optician in that regard. Doctors here go to school and study some more 8 years, but when they come out, they don't even have glasses to operate in the surgical rooms. So those are the doctors. They are grappling with lack of resources to execute, even after going through school all those years. For the optometrists and the opticians, what is their story? What are the challenges?
Okay, for optometrists, it is
First,
really
the difference.
Yes. Okay, optometrists are primary eye care providers that examine, diagnose, and manage conditions and also correct refractive errors. Then opticians are technicians that are trained to fix devices like glasses, fixing lenses in frames and contact lenses. Now they get prescriptions from optometrists and ophthalmologists, and then they fix the frame,
so
the glasses.
if I'm seeking work, I shouldn't jump the chain. First, I go to an optometrist who will write a diagnosis, which I'll take to the optician, and I'll be getting some kind of help.
Yeah, sure. That is supposed to be.
But for Ugandans, they jump that stage. They don't go to the optometrist, they go straight to the optician.
To the optician. And it's not right for that to be done. It's important that you're examined first by an optometrist or you examined by an ophthalmologist. Yeah. After that, then if they recommend glasses, then you can go for to the optician to get you the glasses. So
besides numbers, which are low, what are some of the other challenges affecting the people in this profession?
Okay, another challenge is that people come in when their conditions are really high, and some of these conditions, if these people came earlier, they will be managed very easily, and we will not even need to maybe refer them to ophthalmologists. You get.
So the problem is early detection, early diagnosis, which is not happening.
Yeah, that's not happening because people come when it's too late. Yeah, so that is one of the challenges, and it really affects the people's vision and the outcome of the end results. Yeah.
Go ahead, Marcy.
Okay. What was I to explain again?
We're talking about the challenges affecting the people in the profession. First, you mentioned that the patients are not going for early diagnosis, so they come when the problem has actually regressed, and it's in the late stages. What else are they grappling with? Okay. Lack of resources?
Okay, of course, that is another challenge because most of these conditions can be handled when the resources are there. because you see right now optical services, there are few, and most of these are only found in urban centers. You find that in other areas, in villages, it's really hard.
Where we have bigger problems.
Yeah, where we have bigger problems, those services are not there. So these people also experience a problem getting to optometrists.
Yes.
Because they have to move all long distances and to get to them. That's why LAPEA also is doing
amazing,
like
community outreaches.
Okay, we've been doing outreaches, and again now we're having so many branches in Uganda to ensure that we get to those people who are not able to get to these urban centers. That's why we have branches even in Mukono, we have in Jinja, yeah, and we're looking forward to more.
You see, you might think this is too technical, and she's using a lot of legal jargon, technical jargon and so forth, but there's the simplest of preventive measures. Simply do not touch your eyes. So many people love touching their eyes, but they touch dirty surfaces all the time. Let's talk about do's and don'ts. Mercy Ndinyo.
Okay, it's not good. Okay, the do's, it's important that you always ensure that your hands are clean. Okay, the COVID also made people a bit more disciplined. Yep. So more infections have been reduced a bit. So it's important not to keep touching your eyes with dirty hands. It's not also good to smoke. I had mentioned about smoking. It's also important that you do regular eye examinations, because that is one of the ways that we can detect other conditions that are not seen. Because remember, like we say, the eye is the window to the body.
Indeed.
So through it you're able to know other conditions. So getting regular eye examinations helps you get to know that, to know other conditions that you may be having, but they're not showing. Yeah. So yearly examination is important. Also eat healthy, like I had mentioned.
And you didn't break down the foods, you only told us about the carrots. Break down some of the other foods my people could actually go and buy right now at the market.
Okay. You need to eat vegetables like spinach. You need to eat fruits, oranges. They have vitamins that help the cells behind the eye. You can eat also fish, salmon, tuna. It helps a lot because it has the fatty acids that help behind the eye. Also beans, they are good proteins, so it's important to have that as well. Yeah, so it helps behind the eye as well.
And indeed, those are some good pointers, because I'm also, after this morning show, going to see a doctor, an optometrist, to ensure that I'm also helped. But well, on this World Optometry Day, what should the viewers know before I let you go? As what are your last parting shots?
Okay, it's important that this day we celebrate it and embrace our vision, because it's the only way that we can be able to know many other things. You know, through eyes we are able to know people's feelings, many other things. It's the best sense. Yeah, so it's important to take care of yourself, take care of your eyes, and through that, of course, everything will be all right. And
please tell them not to, focus too much on what people think, Mercy. Ugandans, they fear putting on glasses simply because of what people think. People think, I'm a wiseacre and so forth. If I put on glasses, do you suffer with such misconceptions where people are refusing to even put on the glasses simply because of the community and how they'll be perceived?
Sure. Actually, let me talk about that. People most of the time fear to wear glasses because they're like, okay, what are people going to say about me? Wearing glasses for long will make my eyes even worse. That's not true. It's important for you to wear your glasses, especially once they have been prescribed to you, because they help you see clearly, and also help regulate the progression of the error. So glasses are not going to change any other thing. They're just going to make you more comfortable, and it's not right for you to think of what people are saying.
Indeed.
Yeah, because it even affects your self-esteem and all that.
That is Mercy Ndinyo coming from LAPEA Glasses. Thank you so much for having made the time to speak to us on this very, very pertinent conversation on World Optometry Day.
Thank you.
And of course, yes, yearly testing is the way to go as far as Mercy is concerned. That is some of the information that she gave us right here on Morning at NTV. The next time you see me with glasses, do not be astounded in that regard. All right, that's it for this conversation. We do have Stephen Mbide after the break coming with us on another conversation. Keep around.
watching Morning at NTV.
Did you know that the building